For this change pattern, you will need 2 spatial markers. These can be 2 pieces of paper that you place on the floor when instructed to mark a certain location. First, find a place where you can allow yourself to walk backwards at least 6 to 10 feet, or 2 to 3 meters. Don't do it yet, but just allow yourself to have that much space behind you. With that amount of space behind you, place one of the markers between your feet now. This represents now. Now look directly behind you. Imagine that your entire past lies behind you, within that 6 to 10 feet, or 2 to 3 meters. And mentally, choose a spot to represent the beginning of your life. You should still be holding the second piece of paper. Now, turn back around. Then, think about the belief or association around money that you want to change. Notice how it feels. Then, without thinking about it, but noticing the feeling of the belief, allow your body to move backwards through time until you come to the place where the feeling began. Just let your body begin to move and then stop on its own. I'll allow you some time to do that, but if you need more time, just pause the recording. When your body stops, notice what it feels like here, even if it's vague. How old do you feel? Where does it feel like you are? Are you in a house, or outside, or at school, or in a hospital, or where are you? Who else is there or not there? What was happening then? And what did you decide this meant about you, or life, or money? When you have noticed everything that seemed to be important about that experience, place the second marker between your feet and then step out of that spot and out of that age. Now, imagine that the spot you just stepped out of is in the center of a large grid, like a tic-tac-toe grid or a Sudoku box, with 9 spots, 3 rows, each with 3 boxes in it, and your piece of paper is in the center box. From the center spot where you were, there are 3 boxes behind you. One behind you to the left, which is spot number 1. One directly behind you, which is spot number 2. one behind you and to the right, which is spot number 3. Now, imagine that standing in spot number 1 is someone who you know from any time in your life, who cares for you and who you trust, with a perspective on this that could have been useful for that younger you. When you can see them there, step into that person in spot number 1 and feel their encouragement and perspective for the younger you. When you can feel that, take all of that feeling and awareness, step back into the center spot, and breathe that through the younger you, imagining you're in the body of the younger you. Breathe that feeling into your belly and allow that to settle in. Then, look directly behind you at spot number 2. Imagine there a mythical or fictional hero of yours from any time in your life. Remember a character who used to be or still is a hero of yours, who has qualities you admire. See them there. Then, step into the energy of that hero and notice what awareness or abilities they have to offer the younger you. When you can feel that, take all of that feeling and awareness and step back into the center, breathing that into and through the younger you. Breathing into your belly. Then, look behind you to your right at spot number 3. Imagine there a supportive ancestor, possibly someone unknown from long ago, someone who wants to see you and the family do well. Step into them and feel their support and blessing for that younger you. When you can feel that, take all of that feeling and awareness and blessing and step back into the center spot, into the body of the younger you, and breathe that through your body, noticing that you have support now. Then, look directly to your left. This is spot number 4. Picture there a wise counselor, someone real or archetypal, who has a profound understanding or perspective for that younger you. Step into them and notice their wisdom about this. When you can feel that, take all of that feeling and awareness and step back into the center spot and breathe that through the younger you. Noticing how already that wisdom is starting to spread throughout your body, your past, and your future now. Then, look directly to your right. This is spot number 5. Imagine there a role model, someone in the world who has skills or abilities that would be beneficial for the younger you as a role model. When you can see them there, step into them and notice the most useful parts of them and their abilities. When you can feel those useful abilities, take all of that, step back into the center spot, and breathe that through the younger you. Noticing what it's like when you have those abilities now. Then, look in front of you to the left. This is spot number 6. Imagine standing there, someone you adore. See a person or an animal that you absolutely adore in front of you to the left in that spot. See them there and feel your adoration for them. Then step into them and notice that feeling of being adored. When you can feel that, take that feeling of being adored and step back into the center and breathe that through the younger you. This is just a tiny fraction of how much the universe adores you. Then, look directly in front of you. This is spot 7. Imagine there a slightly future version of you who has overcome the obstacles the younger you was dealing with. Step into that you and notice what encouragement, advice, and/or resources they have to share with the younger you. When you can feel that, take all of that feeling and awareness and step back into the center spot and breathe that through the younger you. Then, look in front of you to your right at the final spot, which is spot 8. Imagine there a satisfied you at the end of your life. A you who has had a full, rich experience of life. Step into that future you and notice the satisfaction and fulfillment of a life lived and lived well. Notice what gifts of wisdom, gratitude, and appreciation they have for the younger you. When you can feel that, take all of that feeling and awareness and step back into the center spot and breathe that through the younger you, breathing into your belly. Allow that and all the combined support, wisdom, encouragement, and resources from all these sources to integrate throughout the body, heart, and mind of the younger you. Take a moment to notice all of them around you. Behind you is the person who cares for you, the fictional hero, and a supportive ancestor. Next to you, on one side is a wise counselor, and on the other side a role model. In front of you is the one you adore and the future versions of you, all of whom are rooting for you. Then, out in your future, notice the future you imagined in the previous change pattern. A more fulfilling experience of life and money, there, already waiting for you. Take a moment to notice all the other places in time where decisions related to money are available to revise and update now. And allow those to reorganize usefully in time and outside of time now. As that is completing and seeing that all of these sources of support are there with you now, and when you are ready, begin to move forward towards your future, allowing all of these perspectives, gifts, and resources to integrate throughout time as you grow increasingly into them. And as the future gets closer and more solidly available with each step. With each step, notice that all of these sources of support walk with you. Move forward at your own pace until all of that becomes integrated and present in current time now. Stop when you reach the marker for now.